and it's just like a computer image.
Yeah.
Then there's another one where like in the background you see Mecha Godzilla.
Okay.
The mecha is actually Matthew Broderick.
No.
I remember
you find out that movie's canon.
That one back in the day when they had that the old Asian guy in the bed when he's saying Godzilla. It almost sounds like he's saying Bob Vila. And one of my buddies made a cartoon
this old
of
house.
Bob Vila like spraying sawdust out of his mouth like a cartoon. Bob Vila.
Godzilla.
Like it really wasn't Godzilla. It was just Bob Vila the whole time.
He's pissed.
Yeah. And then his arch nemesis, obviously Tim Allen's going to jump in on the sequel. So,
well, yeah. So is the band Gojira just all about Godzilla?
No.
They just took the name.
Yeah, they're just about like quit fucking up the earth.
Oh no
like
shit!
That. Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
that's cool.
They talk about where's Toxic Garbage Island? Japan, I think, right?
The world.
The world is Toxic Garbage
New
Island.
Jersey,
Earth. Are they like a green metal band?
Yeah, I think so.
I watched Ocean's 8.
Oh, how was that?
It was better than I thought it would be.
That's the newest one, right?
Yeah.
Julia Roberts and
I started watching Princess Mononoke for the first time last night, and I was really impressed with Princess Mononoke.
All of
especially
the
for being a Harvey Weinstein
really
film.
Good. Oh yeah.
I didn't realize that until after we started watching it. And I was like, man, I don't want to watch this now.
Well, that's the same. That's the same way I am with the first Lost Prophets album because it's a really good album. But I'm like,
but this guy's a piece of shit.
That dude.
Now I just want to play Need for Speed after that. I get stuck into watching, and I got to sometimes watch a show that the old lady does or whatever. We're stuck on Bridgerton right now. Netflix show. Yeah. It's actually not that bad.
It looked like it was pretty good.
It goes into the time in London, like right after, I want to say one of the plagues, and then it's before the American Revolution.
So like the Victorian age type deal?
I would say, yeah, because then it's showing like all kinds of like dukes and all kinds of stuff that isn't really relevant in English history after that. And most of them die off. So I'm not really sure what is going to be in store next. It does show one of the kings, but he's so delusional and, not trying to spoil any of it because there's really not much to show on the king's side of it, but it shows that it's like on his end of days. And I think that's like one of the last kings of England before, was it Queen Elizabeth?
Yep.
I think so. Interesting history though.
Is it like a comedy show as well? Or?
It is somewhat, but it is more based around
like historical fiction.
Well, fashion and outlook. So if you were a young lady in England, it shows what you had to go through just to like get married or and it was just as popular as gossip as if it was in LA with a magazine. One writer.
So it's basically So it's basically Romeo and Juliet with Leonardo DiCaprio, but the opposite. So it's a modern movie set in classical times.
It's Romeo and Juliet.
It's funny because
instead of a classical
with John Leguizamo and
that would be great.
Jamie Kennedy.
God, I forgot.
It's a good movie. It's different. It's not like
Tybalt.
Everybody thinks it's like a boring modern day show, but it does have music in the background. If you pay attention, it's violin music, but it's like Billie Eilish or I was like, did I hear just Maroon 5? Like who's time traveling out here?
So not to like just cut everybody off, but did anybody else get the Amber Alert last night that had no information?
Yeah, yes. the Cleveland City Police Department
has issued an Amber Alert
for nothing,
but that's all it said.
It was very ominous.
Just like, hey, there's an Amber Alert, guys.
I didn't even.
They showed it on the news last.
Dawn on me that is the case. Like I saw like Amber Alert, and I was like, okay, well, I'm in my house.
That was my thought. I was like,
they're not on my street, I'm sure. So.
Yeah, it just says East Cleveland police issued one. That was it.
Like, that was you can't tell me that there's an Amber Alert and not give me any. How am I supposed to help?
And then my phone was like, would you like to receive these in the future?
Like,
and I was like, if I say no, does that make me a bad person?
So what did you say?
I said, you could keep sending them to me.
I mean, mine doesn't give me that option. It just says
one in my area, so I never worry about it.
Mm-mm. I mean, I was just like in bed and I looked and I was like,
it's not that I don't care. It's just, do you want me to get up and go look for these people? Like,
do I get paid for this?
Go hunt.
Like, it sounds pretty unreasonable when you ask for a paycheck for looking for somebody else's kid. You're like, I'm not a babysitter, but at the same time, I'm not, you know. That's where it gets interesting.
I'm not a babysitter.
It's like, who do I send this bill to?
Oh, and I started playing Minecraft, so that's...
Did you build anything cool? Do you play survival or creative?
Survival, I think. Maybe creative. I don't think it matters as long as you're having fun.
You're right. I'm just curious.
I have not built anything. I'm just doing the mining.
Okay.
And I died 4 times.
Okay, so you're playing survival.
Yes.
I don't think there's bad guys in creative, and you don't have to mine because you just have unlimited everything.
Yeah.
You can turn on bad guys in creative.
Okay, well, I've never done that because I think survival is the best mode of play.
I like creative, but I just like building shit. So,
what we talked about upstairs when we were doing breakfast, I think Deadmau5 is one of the creators of Minecraft. You might have to look that one up, though.
Let's fact check.
I might be able to put my foot in my mouth this time.
Let's fucking fact check.
I don't remember that correctly.
Let's straight up Twitter fact check.
But something back then, he was heavily into it. But he may be a creator of it. I'm not sure.
Minecraft.
It is a good question.
I wonder if Dwarf Fortress has hit Steam yet.
What?
So Dwarf Fortress,
yeah,
my weakness, video games.
He's a big Minecraft player.
Not
supposed
creator.
to hit Steam.
Yeah.
Okay. They're revamping it, making it user friendly.
It's beautiful.
Okay.
Because the two brothers,
he's got his own skins and shit.
It.
Like you can play as Deadmau5.
They realize they need health insurance. That's really what happened. They're like, so it's Dwarf Fortress, which is actually inspiration for Minecraft in a lot of ways. The two brothers who make it and maintain it, they are getting old and decided that they needed health insurance, so they're releasing the game on Steam. But that involves like redoing a lot of it to make it more user friendly. Because right now you have to like download source files and build the game, and then there's no graphics to it. So like you can find a tile set online and import it and do all, and it's very complex.
So they're making it user friendly.
Yeah, they're putting it out on Steam. Oh, I think it was maybe just released.
We can check. I downloaded Steam on this computer.
Nice.
I wanted to do a game night the other night so that I could test the interview capabilities, and then I just totally forgot to record anything.
I also had Courtney asked her if she would teach me how to sew because I don't know how.
Yeah.
And she said, I'm not a very good teacher. So she sewed my pants and I cannot. The stitches have already popped, so I cannot contain this fat ass in these pants.
Hell yeah, you can't contain that donk?
No.
Hell yeah.
It's awful.
Add a patch, and then it'll be bigger.
Yeah, I think that's a lot of times what it needs if it's split from that.
Fat assery?
Just from being pulled apart.
From having a donk. I ripped some pants the other day. They were too small, and I ripped them.
Oh, no.
I sat down on the couch and was like, well, there goes my balls.
It's a good feeling to tear some pants.
I was wearing sweatpants the other day, and they've got like a crotch hole, not an actual one that supposed to be there.
Yeah.
And I was sitting there, and Deidre walked up. She said, "Your balls are hanging out." And the crotch hole in my pants and the crotch hole in my underwear just happened to be perfectly separated to where my balls were showing.
God damn it.
And, I looked down and I was like, oh, okay, let's fix this.
Put that away.
Okay.
I'm glad it was my wife that noticed and not my 4-year-old.
Yeah, that would have been weird.
Daddy, your balls are hanging out. What the fuck did you just say to me?
So, updates on Dwarf Fortress. They just released a repackaged, bug-fixed version of the classic game, not on Steam, on their website. So I think that makes it a little easier to use. And on Steam, it says release date. Time is subjective.
Yes, you're correct.
Just sounds like a Final Fantasy VII remake.
Yes.
Remake, just going to come out whenever they feel like
we'll
it.
drop it when we're ready.
They'll put part 2 out eventually.
Y'all lost me to this game before. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
You guys came over in the morning one time. I think it was even when we were playing D&D, not necessarily podcasting. And I had been up all night playing this game when you guys got here.
You should.
Sorry about that.
I hope they never drop it on Steam.
Hey, this is Bob.
I'm Matt.
I'm Chris.
And we host the podcast Rewatch, where we go back and watch movies that we watched as children and see if they hold up.
We might have loved them and we might have hated them.
But you know what we're going to do? After we watch those movies, we are going to goof and we're going to gush on those movies.
And sometimes gape.
And sometimes
I don't want to gape.
You got to
I'm
gape.
telling you, I don't want to. I don't.
We gotta open it up. We gotta find the nooks, the crannies,
Anyway, tune into Rewatch.
wherever you purchase your podcast.
Or don't purchase
Well,
them.
don't purchase podcast.
Coming to you wherever you gape podcasts.
Coming to you
Don't gape,
wherever you
don't gape.
gush from.
I mean, gape within safety.
Wear a mask when you gape.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want particles.
Should we do that again?
Yeah.
No.
What you been up to, Steve? Oh God, my voice fucking.
What you been up to, Steve? Hey, Steven, what you been up to?
You know, just trying to keep on keeping on. I started school,
Yeah,
so that's cool.
yeah.
I got I'm taking 2 like 160 something level classes. I'm taking composition 2,
Yeah.
and
What does 160 mean?
it's like
Super advanced?
you know, like 101 is the
you're out of
basics.
101.
Like I think you call them like freshman courses were like 151, 152, and these are like 161.
Yeah. So the numbers in between 101 and 151
don't matter.
don't matter.
I don't know how all that works,
I don't either.
but these are classes that have prerequisites. So, you know, it builds on what I learned in other classes. So I figure this would be a good show of, am I actually learning anything or am I just good at taking tests?
I'm just good at taking tests.
So we'll see. So far, it hasn't been bad,
That's why
but I'm only 2 weeks in.
Hell yeah.
Is that at the
thanks,
community
Vince.
college?
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to learn how to speak jive.
Thanks. What?
Well, they don't let me actually go to the school. I have to do it all online. But thanks, Vince, for the textbook.
Oh, you're welcome.
Because
forgot to give you
fuck
that.
textbook manufacturers.
The composition.
Yeah.
Hey, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation releases textbooks for schools
Hell yeah.
that aren't Lorain County Community College.
I'm into that. There's a bunch of them. You know, that textbook is actually specifically made for LCC.
It's got a picture of the of LCC on it.
Oh, I
That's
didn't
how
notice
they
that.
get you.
I'll have to check that
That's how
out.
they get you. They're branding their own shit like a Sam's Club.
Yeah, but overall, I think it's
Sam's
been
Club.
good. I am also taking managerial accounting, which is like a second level accounting class.
Fuck accounting.
I
I wish I had an accounting degree now.
hope I don't have to do a lot of it in my future, but it's really interesting to know. You know, to me, I equate it to like, I don't know. I had never done plumbing until I did plumbing, and I'm like, wow, there's a lot to know. This is interesting. I never even knew about this whole world of accounting. I'm like, wow, there's all these people that know all this stuff and do all these things. I want to know about that.
I want to know how to fucking write a ledger.
Yeah, I hope I don't have to do it, but it'll be a lot easier to talk to an accountant later.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad I took the accounting classes that I did.
And
Fuck accounting.
and I actually have been stewing on trying to figure out how to do something at work. I want to keep like an inventory system because we don't at all. And I want to like figure out how to keep track of these costs so I can say like, here's how much money we made on this job because nobody does that where we're.
You're going to build a supermarket?
Well, it turns out that chapter 17